Good evening. How are you doing? It's Selena Craw. How are you? Culture Pearl Images. That's pretty. How are you guys doing? Hey there. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Thank you for joining me. Hello. Hey there, Nancy. Hey, just be real. How are you? How are you doing? Hi, Tracy's at Cabot, Arkansas. How are you? Hey, Miss Karen. How are you doing, Miss Erica? How are you? How are you doing? Hey, Miss Shirley. How are you doing, ma'am? Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Hello. Hey, Miss Betty. I sent you a link. Have your friend check the link that I sent so she can register you on Zoom. Hey, Miss Dana. How are you? I hope everything is well, Miss Dana. Haven't heard from you in a minute. Hey, Miss Jules. I am doing great, just be real. Thank you so much. Los Angeles in the house. Hey, Miss Jules. How are you? Hello. Hey, Miss Williamson. I know who that is. Hey, Christiana. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hey, Miss Danielle. How are you doing, sis? How are you? Hey, Miss Arlene. How are you doing, ma'am? Did you get the link? Make sure you check too, okay? You're very welcome. Arlene, make sure you check your link as well. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's Miss Selena Craw. Thank you so much. Hey, Christine. How are you, Miss Lady? Hey, Misha. How are you doing? Misha, did you get your link? I sent you a link to register in the Zoom. Maribel. How are you doing, Miss Maribel? Hey, Miss Chat. I can't wait to meet y'all. I cannot wait to meet y'all. Hello. Hey, Miss Nancy. How are you doing? How are you guys doing? Those of you that have registered for the online, to be with me online for the conference, make sure you check your email. My moderators, I have the ones that are my assistants for the conference are also on the email, and the two ladies that are assisting me with the Zoom. So if you have registered for the Zoom conference, instead of being in person, the Zoom conference, I have sent you guys an email. Oh, you can't wait to hug me. See, you the one that's hugged me before anybody else has hugged me. So then, you already got me some hugs. Now you got to stand aside and give everybody else some hugs. No, girl, I'm going to give you some hugs. I'm going to give you some hugs and love. Well, all right, Atlanta. I'll be there next year. Oh, I didn't fix it. I'm sorry, Miss Arlene. Hold on. Let me go online. I apologize, Miss Arlene, because I don't know if I can fix it on here. Let me look. Hold on. Okay, hold on, Miss Arlene. Let me fix your moderator status on here. So that means I got to go live real quick. Hold on. Let me look at my own self live. Hold on. Let me look. Hold on just a minute. Let me fix it, Miss Arlene. No, I don't do makeup tutorials. I do not. I do not do makeup tutorials. Okay, hold on, Miss Arlene. Got you. No, I don't do makeup tutorials. I do not. Okay, there you go, Miss Arlene. Got you. Okay. You should be good to go, Miss Arlene. Hello, Miss Dana. How are you? That's Haka. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good evening to you. That was your, hold on. I went too quick. Miss Chat, you said that was your son, his girlfriend, and you. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, you bringing the family. Okay. Okay. Oh, you love to know how I do my makeup? Well, I used to be a cosmetologist, so I kind of learned it. Well, I didn't learn it in school. I kind of learned it, but I didn't learn it in school. But I was a cosmetologist at one time. Thank you so much, Miss Nancy. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right, well, let me turn on Clubhouse, okay? Let me turn on Clubhouse real quick. They're waiting for me to turn Clubhouse on. Did I turn Clubhouse on? Oh, Now I'm turning on Clubhouse. Okay, there we go. So I'm turning on Clubhouse. Just be real. Can you let me know? Hey, Miss Deborah, you didn't get the link yet? I sent you an email. I got to go back and check. Go check your spam folders. Just be real. Do I sound okay? Hey, Miss Beth. Hey, Miss Rosemary. How are you ladies doing? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Karen. I appreciate you. No, Misha, you shouldn't. Those of you that are on the VIP list, you're not going to get a Zoom link because you're going to be there with me in person. Hey, Miss Barbette. So those of you that I sound okay? You guys can hear me? So those of you that are scheduled to be with me in person, like VIP and general admissions, you're not going to get a Zoom link. Those of you that I don't have my earphones on this time, Christine. So okay, thank you so much, Just Real. So those of you that are general admissions and VIP that are going to be there, you're not going to get an email with the Zoom link in it. Those of you that are registered for the conference that are going to be on Zoom for the conference, I have sent each and every one of you as a group email. I sent you guys a registration link for Zoom. So those of you, go check your spam mail, because sometimes it'll go to spam. Check your spam, your junk mail, and see if the email is in there. It's an email from me. It should say Dr. Carmen Bryant, and it's a link in there for you guys to register on Zoom. So some of you guys, I think only 2 of you guys have actually registered on the Zoom, but I need you guys to go ahead and register on Zoom. I want you guys to download the Zoom on your phone or on your iPad or computer so you can get familiarized with it, because there's a lot of you guys that are on Zoom. And so I have 2 people that are assisting me on Zoom who are going to be making sure that you guys get in, but I need you guys to register so that you can, those of you that are going to be on Zoom with me during the conference, I want you guys to go now and register, okay? Because I will not personally be able to work with you on the day of the conference. I'm going to have Just Be Real is going to be there, and she's going to be working my webcam for me and communicating back and forth with her and my daughter, if she's in there. I'm going to be communicating back and forth with Tasha and Miss Diane, Miss Tasha and Miss Diane, for camera and Zoom and stuff. So I personally will not be able to cater to those on Zoom on the day of the conference. So make sure that if you have already registered for Zoom, Miss Arlene, that's you? Miss Arlene, is this you? Is that you, Miss Arlene? Let me look. Is this Miss Arlene? Miss Arlene, this is you? Go, girl. Go ahead. Miss Arlene is a little fox. Go ahead, Miss Arlene. I see you. All right, Miss Arlene. Okay. Go ahead then. Miss Arlene, you cute. Go ahead, girl. I didn't know you were this pretty. A lot of y'all, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. Some of y'all be waiting for y'all to look like little crows, and then all of a sudden I pull your pictures up, and I'm like, wow, y'all some pretty ladies. Y'all pretty. Y'all pretty. This Rosemary, you are beautiful. Y'all pretty. Let's see, Tamarin. Look at y'all. Well, Miss Barbette, you cute anyway. Some of y'all cute. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I see you, girl. All right. We're gonna take some pictures. Miss Kelly's gonna be there to take some pictures at the conference. So if you guys have not, did you see her? Saw Miss Just Real? You saw her? Hey Doc. Hey Nat. And you guys, did you go look at Miss Arlene? That's the first time I seen Miss Arlene's picture. Yes. Where you at, Miss Karen? Let me look. Where you at? You ain't on here. I can't look at your picture. Well, all right, y'all. Well, all right. No, you guys are not. Thank you, Miss Christy. Thank you for registering. So if you have not registered, okay, listen. So those of you that have paid for and registered for Zoom online for the conference on the 30th, make sure you check your email. Miss Arlene, if you can email me just so I can make sure that I have the right email. That's what I'm talking about. Make sure if you have not received your link for the Zoom conference part, for those of you that have registered for Zoom, make sure you email me, Dr. Carmen Bryant at outlook.com, and let me know so I can make sure that I send you the Zoom link for the day of the for the day of the conference, because those of you that are going to be on the Zoom, you need the Zoom link. So with the Zoom link, I need you guys to register so that you are on there, so you are alerted. I think it alerts you. I'm not sure if it alerts you, but you guys will know what time, or that you guys know that we are then live, so you can make sure that you're on there. So the moderators that are on Zoom can, because I'm sending the list over. Registration is still open for general admissions. VIP is closed, so general admissions is still open, and Zoom is still open. So if you cannot join me in general admissions in person, you can still join on Zoom. It is from, now this is Texas time, Central Standard Time, Central Time, and this is at 8 a.m. to 7:06 p.m. So that means East Coast is 9 to 7, and then West Coast is 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then Hawaii is 3 hours behind. So that means, woo, that's like 3 o'clock. That's 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's up to you guys. But if you have not registered, just be real, Arlene, Miss Chat, those of you that are my moderators, if you get the link and post the link where they can buy the tickets, you can still go and purchase tickets until Saturday. So next Saturday is the cutoff to purchase tickets, because I have to give a head count to those that are going to be in person. I have to give a head count. VIP is closed because there's limited seating in the, so all of you that are VIP, you guys know that you will be in the, it's a stretch Hummer limo, and we'd be going to the Oceanair seafood restaurant. So seafood, steak and seafood, really, really exquisite. So, and the dress for the restaurant is business casual. So if you're wearing jeans, just wear really nice shoes to go with it, maybe a nice shirt to go with it, but they want business casual when you come. And then we're going to be, we know how to represent. When we get out the limousine, we're going to represent, because this is the crew. This is the tribe, and we're going to represent when we get out, whether we laughing when we get out, but we're going to be real professionals. We're going to be professionals and bougie. Okay. And then after we eat and everything, we'll get an opportunity. They're going to give us a ride in the limousine there in town. We're going to ride around and just kind of enjoy each other's company before they take us back to the hotel. And so there is flyers. There's flyers on my Facebook page for those of you guys that are still wanting to register. And you guys, those who will be attending, you will also be served a Greek lunch. Oh, thank you, Telsha. Man, I wish Telsha could be there, because she knows she'll laugh the whole time. And she loud when she laughed too. But sound like a little chicken. But and I know she laughing right now. I can just hear her. I know my sis. Isn't that right, Danielle? But remind me to tell y'all. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all the story before we get started. I'm just gonna get warmed up so we can get warmed up. Hey, so Telsha looked real tall on camera, right? So Telsha came when we did a conference here in Seattle. So I was waiting for her to come so we can escort her inside. So I was standing outside waiting for her. So she across the parking lot on the other side of the parking lot. So I'm waiting for her to come closer. So I'm waiting for Telsha. So I'm waving at her. I said, hey, Telsha. So Telsha walking, but like the closer she was getting, like the further down to the ground she was getting. So like she was walking closer and closer, like the shorter she was getting. So by the time she got to me, she was like, right, y'all. So both of us, she looking up, I'm looking down, and both of us said at the same time, like, dang, you short. She's like, dang, you tall. Telsha like this tall, but she a firecracker though. Telsha like this tall. And when I say she country, she'll laugh. She gonna laugh, and we gonna eat. Yeah, isn't her laugh contagious? I know, right? So now y'all know the story about Telsha. Telsha look real tall on camera. Don't believe that. This is the way her camera is situated. Telsha like this tall. Well, y'all ready to get started? I just wanted to get it warmed up. Y'all ready? All right. So tonight's topic. You guys ready? Y'all let me know you're ready. See, I already know you laughing. I already know you laughing. Telsha, you got to be there next year in Atlanta. You got to make sure. Well, dang, Arlene, you a little giant, ain't you? You a little giant. So hopefully you'll be there in Atlanta next year, because it's in Georgia. That's your hometown. So you guys ready? Let me know you ready. You ready? Let me know you ready. Tell me you ready. And we getting ready to get it going. I just want to do some warm up and get you guys laughing and smiling. Some of you guys kick your feet up, turn your AC on, or get your little coffee and tea, whatever you do. Get you some crumpets and tea. But I think it's an afternoon thing in Britain. You guys ready? Ready? Okay. So tonight's topic is, you ready? Okay. So tonight's topic is the narcissist. Okay, before I start though too, moderators, for those of you that are on here, please respect my moderators. They're working on my behalf so that I can stay focused on the topic. So if you have to warn somebody and they get disrespectful with you, give them a warning. If they get disrespectful, block them. You don't have to put them on timeout, block them. Because if they don't know how to respect you, they're not respecting me, and you're acting on my behalf so that I can stay focused. And so you guys, please respect my moderators. They don't have to do this. They're doing it on my behalf. So please, my moderators is Telsha. She's here. I know you all. Telsha, the T on MPD. She's one of my moderators. Miss Chat, Just Be Real, Arlene. I don't know where Stevie Bananas is. We haven't seen him in a minute. Somebody need to check on him. But make sure you guys respect the moderators, please. Okay. So you guys ready? All right. So the tonight's topic is the narcissist forces your hand to get what they want. Okay. So let me start like this. A lot of us still, you know, a lot of the biggest problems, a lot of problems that I see in counseling is communication problems. So you have couples that come in, and not all, you know, not everybody is a narcissist, but one of the biggest things is communication problems. And as you guys know, males communicate different than females communicate. We're more emotional. When we speak, we're emotional. I'll give you an example. If we're talking to each other as women, and you come to my office and you're on the phone, or if I'm on the phone with you going to office, and I say, girl, what does the office look like? And you're like, you'll put your emotions into the room. You'll talk about the smells, the look, you know, you describe things in colors and what does it feel like in here? And it makes you feel like this, and the plants and this. So you put a lot of emotions into that conversation. So by the time that I come there, or, you know, your friend a female friend comes in there, they're like, oh my gosh, it's just like you said, it feels like this, and it feels so cozy, and it feels so warm. Or, you know, you talking to a man does not think with emotions. They're pretty logical. So you ask a man, what does the office look like? Looks like an office. Well, what's in the office? Furniture. Well, what does it feel like? I don't know what it's supposed to feel like. It just looks like an office. Well, what kind of furniture? I don't know, brown, just a tea. And then you guys get angry because you assume, now this is a normal, you know, whatever we consider normal. But, you know, then your thing is he doesn't communicate. He doesn't communicate well, or he doesn't really talk, you know, because of the fact that we misunderstand how men communicate. Men do not communicate the same way that women communicate. You know, they're more logical in their thinking. We're emotional in our thinking, or when we're describing things, you know, that's why they say a man will buy you a house, but you'll make it into a home. Now you got some men, you know, that, you know, it's not a general statement, because some men, you know, have been raised by women, or they're more, you know, they're into their feelings a lot, you know. So, but the biggest problem is communication. And so another thing, a lot of times what I see problems between friends, or problems with you know, relationships. Good job, Miss Betty. But Miss Betty, I know your name was Perkins. Good, I can put that on my list. But another thing is that let's see, for example, let me think of another. Okay, remember when your kids were little, and your kids was like, well, mom or dad, I wanted to ask you a question, but I already know you're going to say no. The child is manipulating. That's what they're doing, because if they say that and they get into, but you're going to say no, and you just ask the question, don't assume what I'm going to say. So then you have to prove the child wrong by going ahead and say yes. Then most of us that have got older and wiser, you know, I got older and wiser, and they were like, well, one of my kids was like, well, mom, I wanted to ask you that, but I already know that you're going to say no. Well, don't ask me the question if you already know the answer. That lets them know, don't think ahead for me. Don't think for me. Just ask the question and give me the opportunity to say yes or no. All right. Give you another example. When it comes to communication, a lot of times we have this tendency of assuming, especially in a relationship, that the other person is they're supposed to read your mind. Okay, so a lot of times we get into counseling, I'm talking to couples, and there's a lot of mind reading. You know, you're assuming you're supposed to know. No, they're not supposed to know. You're supposed to clarify and just say what you mean. Tell them what you mean. Tell them straightforward, so there is no confusion. Just tell them straightforward what you want. Well, they should know. We've been together for so long that they should know. Men don't think like that. Okay, men don't think like that. What you do is you tell them. Just be direct and tell them. they don't have time to play the game. We're playing puzzle. We're trying to put together a puzzle. So you're making the communication, and whoever you are, you're making the communication awkward, or you're making the communication harder because you're under the assumption that the person that you're with, male, female, whoever, that they're supposed to read your mind. But instead of them trying to read your mind, how about you just come straight forward and say what you got to say? Another thing is that hovering or hoovering. I won't say hoovering because that sounds narcissistic, but you're going around in these big circles to get to the point. In therapy, we call it congenital or circumstantial or tangential thinking. Circumstantial communication or circumstantial means that you're talking in circles. So someone asks you a question and you won't get to the point. You're just talking circles and circles and circles, like narcissists do, talking circles and circles and circles to finally rotate back around to the point. Then you have those tangential speakers, like a lot of those narcissists are. Tangential means that you ask a question and they done got so far off topic, they're on a tangent. So they're just so far off topic. You'll find that a lot with people that have ADHD. You'll find that a lot with narcissists. You'll find that a lot with people that have bipolar disorder or thought process. They have thought process disorders or thought disorders or brain injuries, TBI. They're either circumstantial and talking. They talk in circles and circles and circles to get to the point, or they talk in circles and circles and circles to get away from the point. Or they go on a tangent, and so they don't want to answer the question, and they're going on a tangent, and they'll just there'll be a whole different. You're talking about peaches, and they're talking about football, and like how in the world? That's a lot of the arguments, right? So a lot of that is communication problems as it is. But when you're dealing with a narcissist, you're always going to have communication problems. Now you have to remember that narcissist may chronologically be a specific age. That narcissist may have a grown folk job, bills, home, cars. Some of them are very intellectual. Some of them are very beautiful or handsome. Some of them are very, they have great conversations, very intellectual people. Great conversation. You would not have been attracted to them if there was nothing, if they were just horrible all around. What you were attracted to was the good that they were showing you. So there was good that they were showing you, and that's what you were attracted to, or you wouldn't have got caught up in the situation. So stop feeling guilty about being with a narcissist and, oh my God, how did this happen? Because you fell in love with, or you were attracted to the goodness that they were showing you. So there were some good things that went along with the bad things, and most of the bad things outweigh the good things. And so when you're dealing with a narcissist, you have to remember internally, though, the way that, I got to take this off, y'all, forgive me, but internally it's like they have arrested development. So they don't communicate the same way that we communicate. Usually when you see them communicating like us, it's because of the fact that they want something from us. So they become really good communicators when there's something that they want from us. So, they're very good at explaining stuff. They talk and they convince you, but they're trying to get something from you. So they're talking, they're very good communicators. But now most of you guys have been with a narcissist, and you see when they have these temper tantrums. And you can look at them like these are adults. The only thing that they don't do is throw themselves on the ground and start kicking their feet, flaring their arms and kicking their feet. Because then you'll see when they don't get their way, they go into these temper tantrums, these tangents. Now, the way that they force their hand, and I'm going to give you some examples because some of you guys may have been caught up in these situations. Number one, when they have determined that there's a supply that they want at whatever cost, even to a point where, they don't see marriage the way that you see marriage. You see marriage as a way of two people coming together, building a life together, having children and growing old together, and building a company, building, retirement. And you have all these wonderful dreams. You have all these wonderful dreams of all the stuff that you want to do. Is hot, y'all, I'm sorry. But you have all these wonderful dreams of you have this idea of how this relationship is supposed to go. And so you're building on these ideas on how this relationship is supposed to go. By the time I'm through taking off everything, I'll be sitting on the camera naked because I'm hot. So I apologize, y'all. But I'm just taking stuff off. Don't worry, I'm not gonna take my clothes off. But you built this idea in your head of what the relationship is gonna be like. Now, let's say that narcissist has future fate with you, right? They future fate with you, and you're giving them your dream, and they're the paintbrush, and they're building on to this dream that you have in order to pull you in, right? So they're building this beautiful picture. So now they have determined, I'm going to marry you. I'm going to lock you in because number one, I know you're going to be faithful and you're going to be faithful to me. So I don't really have to worry about you, going anywhere or worry about you. So you're the one that's going to be faithful. You're going to make sure that you're going to stay in this relationship. You're going to stay in this relationship. And it doesn't matter what I do because I've already tested you to see whether or not you're faithful enough. When I say faithful enough, meaning you can handle enough pain. And so if you can handle the utmost pain that I'm going, because I already know how much pain I'm going to inflict on you. So if you're able, you have a high pain tolerance, I'm going to keep you around as a primary supply. And I got to lock you in. Now, you may have said something, for example, like, I'm not really ready to get married. That's not something, I don't want to get married again. That's not something I want to do. But in that narcissist mind, it doesn't matter what you're saying. They're going to lock you in. So they'll do things like this. If you're the type of person you don't like to be humiliated or embarrassed in public or let people down in public, what they'll do is they'll spend hundreds or thousands of dollars to make sure they make the proposal as extravagant as they possibly can. Number one, to lock you in and guilt play you, meaning that if I say no, that will be wrong. And so many people will be upset at me and look at all the money he or she has spent. I can't say no. This would be embarrassing. Some of them go above and beyond. They may do it in a public setting like a baseball game, or, they get their friends to do it on a radio station where you have to respond on the radio station, or they get on one knee in front of a large crowd of people everywhere. And what do you, at a mall or something, right? And what do the average people say? If you stand there and say no, you feel guilty now because of the fact that you just embarrassed him or her, and all these people are looking. And so a lot of you guys, out of the guilt that they put you in a position where you just can't say no. They're going to put your back against the wall. They put you into a position where you just can't say no. And some of you guys just won't say no. You have doubt. Some of you have had doubt all the way up into the church or wherever you went, where you have people have flown in. I know this for a fact because I've talked to somebody where this has happened, where they've had doubt, and they called me and they talked to me, and I said, let me tell you something. They had already set it up where the wedding, all the people were flying in. She had spent all this money on her dress. They had spent all this money on the wedding. And what I said was, and this was years ago, I said, listen, you already have doubt in your mind. You need to go with your shanana, your gut instinct. You need to go because your spider senses, your gut, the Holy Spirit, your shanana, whatever you say, your intuition is telling you that something is not right. And I'm telling you, you're spending all this money, but most people are excited about the proposal, and they're more excited about the wedding. They're not really thinking about the whole relationship and the marriage itself. Most people are running to the wedding and the aesthetics and the excitement of the wedding itself, but you're locking in and you already have doubts in your mind. And I told her, I said, listen, if you go through with it, you're going to regret it. I'm telling you, you're going to regret it because you're overexcited about the dress, the church wedding. He's giving you everything that he wants. This is the booger. I'm telling you, don't do it. What do you think she did? She did it anyway. She did it anyway. I don't think they stayed married less than a year. They stayed married less than a year. This dude, this guy wreaked so much havoc on this poor girl. And I think her mother was the one who said, I wish she would have listened. I wish she would have listened. She spent they were more excited about the wedding itself than she was about, the marriage. And she already knew that and had called me and asked me, what did I think? I respect what you say. Tell me what you think. Something don't feel right. What do you think I should do? I said, don't do it. And she did it, and she regretted it. She regretted it. Listen, the narcissist will get you, or I give you another example. Narcissists, like, they try to lock you into these big purchases, right? They'll lock you into these big purchases, and you'll notice one or two things. Number one, be aware when they're trying to lock you into these big purchases, but they only put their names on it. So they want you to sign all this paperwork, and they try to hurry up and talk to you real fast without you looking down at the paperwork or not wanting someone to explain stuff to you. And they're really fast talkers and they tell you what the paperwork says, but they never give you the opportunity to ask questions. And then when you start asking questions, they'll get loud with you in front of people. Like say you're trying to get a car or you wanted to purchase a house, but you notice that he or she is the only person whose name is on the paperwork. Your name is not on there. So this is not yours. You know, it's not yours either, you know, and you're wondering like, why am I signing this? Because you know that in your mind, you're thinking like, if you try to leave, my name is not even on it. That makes this yours. And yet I assigned this, making me a co-signer or making me responsible for this as well. Or I'm taking this, you know, we're doing this house and then I'm the least person on here. My name is on this, but it's not on this, meaning that if anything happens, you're going to take the house. Baby, I'm not going to do that to you. I love you and I want us to build. And, you know, then you fall for it like, oh my God. Oh my God. See, and you get all into your emotions, and exactly what you were thinking when you were sitting there thinking it is exactly what ends up happening. Now, another thing, you remember they have good communication skills when they're manipulating you into something. They have good communication skills when they're trying to talk you into something. And remember, they always get into your emotions. That's why at the conference, that's one of the things I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the, you know, a lot of times you hear, you know, on YouTube, you hear people talk a lot about the different types of narcissists, which is true, the different types of narcissists. I'm going to break it down into the different types of manipulators, because not every manipulator is a narcissist, but you're going to run into people because even the victims and survivors become manipulators because that's all they've ever known. And so I'm going to break down the different types of manipulators. And I'm also going to break down I don't have the paper sitting in front of me. I'm also going to break down your attachment style and how they use the 5 senses and the love languages that you have. So be prepared for a lot of you guys are going to get an email because I want you to take the 5 love language test because I'm going to talk about the 5 love languages and the 5 senses. I'm going to tell you. And the other thing too, I want you guys to remember this is that, you know, we don't think in words. Dr. Cindy Trim, she said this, and this is something that I'm going to discuss as well. We don't think in words, we think in imagery. And narcissists build imagery in your head. And most of you guys are living off of the imagery that they built in your head for all those years. And some of you guys can't break the imagery, so you can't get any further than where you are. But a narcissist is a manipulator. And, you know, when it comes to getting what they're wanting to do, they'll do things like publicly humiliate you. You know, you're supposed to be signing paperwork. They'll publicly humiliate you in front of all these people that you don't even know, cuss you out, talk about you. I can't believe the average person, you know, so they'll use a lot of humiliation and embarrassment. And they know that you'll, you know, that you'll cower down and you'll get them to do, you know, they'll get you to do what they want you to do. All they have to find out is what is your sensitive spot? What is your sensitivity? What is your sensitivity? I remember I was telling this story one time where I think somebody asked me what made me finally just click, right? And so I was always the type of person, I don't like to be embarrassed. Don't embarrass me. But I had to learn, you know, in the military, I had to learn, don't embarrass me because I'm gonna get loud with you too, you know. I just didn't, you know, because you married, you want to respect the person, everything. I didn't know what I was dealing with. And I remember he was always the type of person, he was the type of person to take you to the edge, you know, and then threaten to jump, you know, and pull your hand and jump over the edge. And, you know, what do we normally do? No, you know, I don't want to jump, you know, I don't want to jump. And toward the end, you know, he got to that edge again and threatened to jump. And I had lost it at that time. All right, you want to jump? We're going to jump. Let's jump. And then, of course, he had to look at me like, this fool is crazy. Let's jump. We going to jump. Let's jump. You know, so I had lost it too. And then at that, then all of a sudden, what happens? You the crazy one. You done lost it. You the crazy one. Oh my God, what's wrong with her? She needs therapy. She need to get Jesus. She needs an exorcism. She needs an exorcism, right? Do you see what I mean? But they'll take you to the edge, or they'll try to humiliate you, to force your hand, embarrass you, talk about you in front of people, and this is the type of person that you are. And many times people fall for it and they end up giving in because I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want to be humiliated. You know, this is embarrassing in front of all these people. But you always have to remember this one thing. If I can't ask you a question and you should have that choice to say yes or no, anytime a person is trying to force you to say yes or no, anytime a person has to manipulate you to say yes or no, you might want to back up. Never let anybody force you into a decision. Never let anybody talk real quick or, hey, you got to do this real fast. Always take your time and back up. Like, hey, let me think about it. Ain't nothing to think about. Ain't nothing to think about. It's yes or no. You know, we got to hurry. We got to do it right now. It's yes or no. Yeah, when it's real fast, you say, hold up. Let me think about it. Give me a day or two to think about it. And we ain't got no day or two. If they're trying to rush you into stuff, take your time and say, let me think about it. That right there is going to irk them anyway, because the more you start thinking about it, the more you start realizing, like, no. Remember Shenanigans? And that's how some of y'all be looking. That's how we end up looking, you know. But if you don't take the time to think, they're going to manipulate you into something. You know, everything is fast, everything is quick, everything you got to humiliate. You got to humiliate, you got to embarrass, you got to get loud, you got to make a big scene, you got to, you know. Some of you guys like, well, what am I supposed to do if they do that? You can say yes if you want to, and then when you guys get off camera, get in the car, I didn't want to embarrass you, but don't ever do that again. Don't put me on blast like that, because my answer is still no. You see what I mean? Now you got to be prepared, because it'll smear your name. She said yes in front of all those people, then she turned around and broke my heart, and he did this and then said and got in there. Okay, but that's your life you're dealing with. That is your life that you are dealing with, and you should not be pressed into a corner. That should be a private moment. If you want to celebrate with everybody, if that's something that you two have agreed to already and you know it's coming up, that's one thing. But if they're forcing your hand and you've already said no, be prepared. They'll put you on blast. They'll put you in front of people. And I mean, some of you, what am I supposed to do? Okay, you say yes in public, that's fine. Get them in the car. Be like, listen, I didn't want to embarrass you in front of your friends, but the answer is still no. You see what I mean? The answer is still no. Don't do that. Or like the kids, you know, I wanted to ask you, but I already know you're going to say no. First of all, don't ask me around your little friends, because I'm going to embarrass you in front of your little friends. Because I'm going to tell you little friends, I'm going to tell you no. I was going to do it, but I'm going to tell you no, because I done told you not to ask me around your friends. You think that I'm going to say yes because your friends are around, but I'm not embarrassed. See, some of y'all get soft-hearted. Some of you get soft-hearted and say yes because now the friend, go in there and ask my mama. She'll say yes to you, you know, or coming there and asking in front of the friend. See, I'm the type of mama you don't play with. My kids will tell you don't play with. Don't ask me no questions in front. I say, I told you to ask me no question in front of your little friends, because now it's no for sure. You were going to do it, but now that you put your friends in there, I say this in front of the kids too. This is a private conversation. You should have asked me in private. Once you put your friends in it without coming to talk to me first, the answer is now no. And that's the same way that you should do with your own life. Don't let people put you in a corner. Don't let people try to press you. Don't let them embarrass you. Don't let them try to put you on public display, humiliate. When a person has to humiliate you, when a person has to embarrass you, when a person has to put you in front of all these people to force you to say something that you know that you don't want to say, you need to go ahead and say, no, let me think about it. No. And don't be afraid. No is a whole sentence. No, exclamation mark. No, that's a whole sentence. Don't feel bad about it. You know, well, you won't think about it. I'll think about it after the fact, but nope. And you think about it to yourself, because let me tell you guys something. If a lot of you guys make decisions out of emotions and then you regret it to this very day, a lot of you have regretted those decisions. Don't let anybody press you or push you into away from your no. If it's a no, it's a no. Let it be a no. If it's yes, it's yes. Let it be a yes. Don't let nobody change that. Don't let nobody manipulate you to get what they want from you. And I'm not gonna stay on long, so I'm gonna just open it up. Give me about 10 minutes, moderators. Give me about 10 minutes, and I'm open for questions. And I'm about to say chat face, Clubhouse. I'll be right with you. I'm just gonna answer about 10 minutes of questions over on the other platforms, and then I'm gonna switch over to Clubhouse and let you guys ask some questions. So if you guys give me just a minute, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Dr. Carmen Bryan. I'm the host of Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. I'm a clinical, I am a mental health counselor. I'm also a certified clinical trauma professional. And I usually focus on domestic violence, and this particular domestic violence that I focus on is narcissist abuse. So I like to educate. I like to, I try not to be so academic. I try to bring reality. I try to be real. In 10 minutes, I try to be real and give you guys real information, real scenarios, and that comes from what I've seen in office, what I've experienced myself. I was looking at Miss Chat's name, and then I was looking at Clubhouse, and I was thinking Facebook is Facebook, so I just put Chat Face all together. So I apologize, but you guys give me just a minute, and I'll be right with you, Clubhouse. But you guys are welcome to ask me some questions. So give me, hey, Uniquely Made, how are you doing? I ain't seen you in a minute, but hey, Miss Kelly, but give me some questions. Well, thank you so much, Candace. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I'm glad. I'm glad. So if you have any questions, go ahead and ask me some questions. Then I'm going to change over to Clubhouse. I'm glad that you caught me live. Thank you so much. Now, y'all know this light right here is real hot. You guys give me some questions. You guys got any questions? Come ask me some questions. Come on, y'all. Ask me some questions. Ask me some questions. How do you deal with false guilt? Keep on watching these videos. Keep on watching these videos. You don't have nothing to feel guilty about. Yeah, you don't have nothing to feel guilty about. And you definitely don't have anything to feel guilty about, because you just, a lot of people feel guilty about the fact that they were in love with the narcissist. And once you find out because it's such a bad topic right now and everyone is talking about it, a lot of times people are really ashamed and they feel guilty about getting caught up with one. Well, number one, they didn't just think about it. If a man met you or a woman met you and was like, hi, my name is, and just slapped you in your mouth, I don't think you would get into a relationship with that person. I think you would probably walk off. Or if they just met you and like, listen, I'm gonna just let you know up front. Now, some women do fall for it. Now, some of them will. But, but if someone walked up to you and say, listen, I'm just going to let you know I'm a dog. I got about 18 baby mamas. I got about 20, baby daddies. I ain't no good. I'm going to use up all your money because I did it before. Here go my reference list. Call each and every one of them. If somebody does that, and if you still get in a relationship with them, now that's your choice. You did that. You should have thought about that. You should have thought about that. But, but they had something that, there was a hook, line, and sinker. There was something that caught your attention and you bit off of it, so they don't come and show up. They come and show up and, they're wolf in sheep clothing. And so they come and show up the most beautiful, think about it. Whenever we're dating or when you've met someone, everybody on their best behavior. When you get in that restaurant, you chewing with your mouth closed and you got the napkin on your lap and everything, and you cutting your food and stuff, you drinking out your straw. A few months later, you don't got comfortable. You eating with your hands. You sitting there with your legs open. You drinking out the straw. You burping at the table and leaning back to this one good food. And you're an expensive restaurant. Some of y'all just let it hang all out, but they're not. But you're on your best behavior. You are your calling card when someone meets you. You're on your best behavior. You look good. You smell good. Some folks don't want to bathe after that. That ain't my business. Your business. That's your business. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But everybody on their best behavior when you first meet someone. Well, a narcissist the same way. And what you fell in love with was a faux or a pseudo, a pseudo personality, a pseudo personality. You fell in love with something that was presented to you. Can they be controlling of love you? Ernestine, rewrite that because I'm not sure what you were asking me. How do you handle a narc father that sends gifts but doesn't call his children? Be the best mother that you can, because that's how they think, and you teach your children that, you don't teach your children what the father is doing wrong. Never vet a child against a parent. But what you do is you continue to work on their empathy. You got to understand that when it comes to money and gift, because children, what do you think they want? Gifts, money, trips, but you have to explain to them, what love is. Love is a choice, and this is what love is. So you're working with their empathy. You're teaching them empathy. Why do they lie? That's who they are. They don't have a real personality. They are a combination of everyone that they meet personality. You got to watch my videos, Roger. Can they be controlling of the problem? Of course. That's all. It's all about power and control. It's all about power and control. Hmm. Let's see. Thank you, Uniquely Made. I appreciate you. I guess the screen is going kind of slow, so I apologize. The screen is going a little slow, Clubhouse. I apologize. How many minutes I got? Are they demon possessed? Well, now, Violet, you got to understand that everybody that's on here, number one, are not Christians. Everybody doesn't believe the same. That's why I usually tell people, those that want spiritual and biblical information concerning a narcissist, to watch my mother's channel, and that's Helen Sadler, Your Destiny Helper. She's a presiding prelate or a senior pastor, and she talks about the biblical perspective, spiritual perspective concerning narcissists. I do have my beliefs because I am a Christian, and they are, when you're talking about a narcissist, you can't say that they're God-led, because if you serve God, or whatever your belief is, how can something good conduct themselves that way? And so, I think I'm just letting you know my personal opinion. My personal opinion is yes, they are demonically influenced. Their behaviors are demonically influenced. But like I said, everybody is not a Christian. Everybody doesn't believe the same. So, right. Everybody doesn't believe the same, so I try to be very careful at what I say, because I know everybody doesn't believe the same way. When you're talking about the spiritual aspect, or the biblical aspect of the narcissist, I would highly recommend that you go and check out her channel, Helen Sadler, Your Destiny Helper. Any kind of question you have, it doesn't matter what your belief system is, she knows how to answer those questions. She's been doing ministry for over 30 some odd years, and she's dealt with narcissists for years longer than I have, so she is the best person to get that type of answer from. Like I said, I am a Christian, and I do know that they are demonically influenced. However, everybody does not believe the same way I do, because how can somebody that is supposed to be good, or whatever their belief is, how can something that good be that evil, that vindictive, that abusive? Some of the things that have happened to you guys, how can you say that there's anything good there? There's nothing good in there. You see what I mean? Yeah, Helen Sadler, Your Destiny Helper. Yeah, she's on YouTube. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, there's no way that something. My cat is scratching on the door, but I was wondering what that noise was. How can something that says they're so good and wonderful be so painful? Love is not supposed to be painful. Love is not supposed to be painful. Love is not supposed to be painful. There's no way you say that you love me, or someone loves you, and they beat you, cuss you out, humiliate you, dog you out, tear you down, make you feel like garbage, beat your children, harass your children, abuse your children, sexually molest your children. There's nothing good about that. So you have to think about it for a minute. There's nothing good about that. It doesn't matter how wonderful they are in the bedroom. It doesn't matter all the wonderful things that they have done for you and purchased for you and bought you. And they have a good side, but they have a good side. But what about all the evil stuff that they were doing? Yeah. What about all that evil stuff that they were doing? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, how they use triangulation to force one's hand. Actually, if you go watch that, watch the video I did on triangulation, you'll see they'll try. I mean, you got to remember, they are emotional manipulators. What is the most painful thing for a lot of you guys that have just been discarded? The most painful thing is to see them with someone else. And so the most painful thing to see them with someone else, and they're trying to get something out of you, or trying to get you to agree or do something, and they turn around and they triangulate and vet you against another person. The very person, that they had an affair with, all of a sudden you see them with, And so they don't mind you two fighting or this other person fighting you because you won't give that narcissist what they want. And so because you won't give that narcissist what they want, they, you know, who they triangulate with, and it's a flying monkey, to turn around. It could be the new supplies, a flying monkey, and then turn around and come and fight their fight on their behalf. Yeah. Love doesn't always, well, love is not painful. Don't get me wrong. And love is a choice. Love is not a feeling. You know, love is a choice. You choose to love somebody. You know, you choose to love someone. You choose to want to see them do well. Time's up. Okay. You choose to want to see them do well. You choose to want to see them be great. You choose, you know, it's a choice. You make a choice. You know, the Greeks had it down pat. You know, agape, that's a general love for the people. I have a general love, I have agape love for you guys, because I generally care about, you know, your well-being. I know what it felt like to have been in a relationship like that. So I know, I don't know each individual, you know, I've known some of you guys individually. I know some of you guys personally and know your stories. But then, you know, I understand what it feels like. And so okay, I'll scroll back up before I get off. But so that's that general, that agape love for mankind, for people, you know. Then you got that eros, is that erotic love, you know, that sensual love. Then you got the phileo, which is that friendship, you know, the friendship love that you have between best friends or friends. Then you have the is a stoic, I think, is family love that you have for like your children, you know, that stoic. And so with a marriage, you may have the eros, the agape, you may have the phileo, you have a lot of, so, you know, the Greeks had a down pat. So when you say you love me, what exactly do you mean when you say you love me? Are you saying you phileo me, meaning you are good friends, we cool? Are you saying you got this eros love for me, meaning you just lusting after me? You got this erotic love, you know, for me? And so, you know, but we take, you know, in American terminology, the English vernacular, you know, we use love for everything. Girl, I love you. Ooh, I love you so much. Oh my gosh, baby, I love you. Girl, I love you. You know, all right, love you too. You know, so we use love, but we just throw love out there and it has no meaning to it. You know, there's no meaning to it, you know, anymore. And so love just is, love is not a feeling. Love is a choice you make. When you love your children, that don't mean you always like your kids. You want to headbutt them or knock them out, but you love them, and you still, regardless of how much they anger you, even those of you that have narcissist kids, you still want to see them do well. You still may pray for them. You still want to see them be great. You still want to see them, you know, progress. That's love. Let me look. So before I come over to Clubhouse, give me 1 minute. Someone had a super chat. Let me go find a super chat. Hold on. Let me find it. Haka said, my narc dad, hold on. My narc dad treats me like a girlfriend and not like a daughter, and is also abusive. I attract men like him. How do I change this? You need to make an appointment with me. That's not something that I can kind of, you know, number one, if he treats you like your girlfriend, he already looks at you the wrong way. So there's already, you know, some incest going on in his head, and the way that he's handling you, you know, even though he may not have ever done anything to you, which I don't know, but that may be a one-on-one session between the two of us, because I need more information in order to advise you. So that's more of a consultation. You know, if you want to email me at drcarmenbryant@outlook.com, and I will give you my fees, you know, so I know more about your information. So those of you, I'm going to switch over to Clubhouse, to my guests over at Clubhouse. Excuse me. I'm going to switch over to Clubhouse so I can talk to Clubhouse for a few minutes before I get off. Those of you that are interested in coaching services with me, you can contact me at Dr. Carmen Bryant. Matter of fact, just be real, put it up. If moderators will put it up over on Instagram as well. It's Dr. Carmen Bryant at outlook.com. And I'll provide you with my fees for services, the rates that I charge. If you're in the state of Washington and I have availability, I will check to see what insurance you have. And then you can also do counseling with me. If you're outside the state of Washington, I cannot provide you with counseling. Now, see, I'll say this, and I get somebody to email to ask me if I accept this insurance and you're out of state. If you're out of state, I cannot counsel you. That is against, I am not in your state. I am only in the state of Washington. Coaching is different from counseling, and I do not provide you with mental health assessments. I do not provide you with any kind of mental health information. I only focus on the narcissist abuse. Do you have, and we come up with some plans or resources to get you in a safe space to, help you move forward, to do something. And then if you need counseling, some of you guys need to go counseling first. Some of you need counseling before you get coaching, because you need to deal with that PTSD. You need to deal with some childhood abuse. You need to deal with rejection and abandonment issue. Some of you guys have depression. Some of you guys need to be referred to someone that's a med provider to help you. And so if you go to betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen, is it Dr. Carmen? I think it is. That's a shame. I've been saying it for so long now that I actually have to think about it. But it's Dr. Carmen. Is it Dr. Carmen? Is it? Is betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen. Is that correct? You guys let me know. Is that correct? Just Be Real, Arlene, Miss Chat, am I correct? Usually Just Be Real do it for me. I haven't said it in so long. I wasn't on last week, so I haven't said it in so long, you guys. I apologize. But some of you guys need, and with BetterHelp, Arlene is in Canada, and she had an awesome therapist in Canada to assist her, who understood narcissist abuse. You ask them questions. When you ask them, a lot of people go in there asking, do you know what narcissist abuse is? What is narcissist abuse? Or you're asking, do you understand narcissist abuse? What you ask them is, look for a trauma professional. Do you understand trauma? Do you understand the results of domestic violence? Do you understand the mental health effects, the physiological effects? BetterHelp. Okay, Dr. Carmen. But ask them, do you know the effects of domestic violence? Do you understand emotional abuse? Do you understand psychological abuse? Ask them, do you understand what it means to be abused by psychopath or sociopath? That's still within that cluster. Ask them, do you understand the side effects? Do you understand PTSD? Do you understand complex PTSD? Go look on their on their websites. You can look on their website, or you can just ask them about themselves. So go to betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen. I do receive a fee for referral. And so, but at the same time, I've heard some very wonderful things about them. That's why I always advertise for them, because, and then on top of that, if you go to betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen, they will also give you a 10% discount. Not only will they give you a 10% discount, if you're having financial difficulties, they will assist you, and they may offer a grant. The grant doesn't mean you get counseling for free. The grant just means you get a little more of a discount. But the fees that they charge, even without the discount, the fees that they charge is way less than what I charge as a therapist. My fees for therapists is $275 initial fee, $250 per hour, and that's for counseling. That's not for coaching. Coaching is less than that, but that's for counseling, and because that's I'm going by state regulations. I'm licensed. I'm board licensed, and so those are the fees that I charge for counseling itself. I do assessments. I do all that stuff. So that, and they charge less than that. But coaching is totally different. So I do not charge the same prices for coaching. So thank you guys so much for listening in. I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you go and check out my mentor's YouTube channel. It is Helen Sadler, Your Destiny Helper. And if you have not registered for the conference yet, just look under the link once I post, once I finish updating the thumbnail, that you can look on my Facebook page. You can look under my other videos, and it has the link where you can go and register for the conference. There's still availability if you want to come in person. VIP is closed, but there is availability for those of you that would like to come out to Dallas. There's a discount, but the discount for the hotel, the hotel discount ended on the 16th. And so now you got to find another hotel to stay at because the discount for the hotel ended on the 16th. And so, but the conference is on the 30th. Is it the 30th? Hold on. Let me look at my calendar. I must be tad bit sleepy. Yes, the conference is on the 31st. There we go. The conference is on the 31st, and then the meet and greet is on the 30th. And so I will be, if you are coming to the Dallas, the Hilton Dallas Lincoln Center hotels, the Hilton Lincoln Center, Hilton Dallas Lincoln Center. It's the hotel. That Friday, which is the 30th, I will be down in the H Bar. I'm not a drinker, but I will eat. Down at the H Bar at 7 o'clock. Meet me down there. And then Saturday is the conference. There is no at the door tickets. There is, because there's a head count. This is ticketed event only. So please go and register if you would like to come in person. And if you cannot travel in person, please go and register online so that I can send you the Zoom link. So you will be on the Zoom link. It's from 8 to, well, this is Texas time, 8 to 6 o'clock. And then you will be served a Greek lunch buffet. And then those of you that are VIP, the limousine will be coming to pick us up there at the hotel at 7 o'clock. And then, of course, my assistants there will have the name lists of the people that, you know, because I have the badges for you guys. So I've got badges for you guys. And also, you guys, please, you guys give a hand clap. How about I say the hand clap of praise, but give a hand clap because Miss Telsha has blessed the people that are going to be there. She is doing gift bags for you guys for this conference. So she is sending gift bags to Texas on behalf of her so that you guys will have a nice gift. And also Miss Kelly is getting gifts prepared for those of you that will be attending in person. And it's a token of our appreciation. Thank you so much. And I love these ladies. Thank you so much for the ladies that are flying out because they didn't have to fly. They're flying out not just to come see me, but to assist me. Think about it. Most people just come into the conference, but these ladies are coming specifically. They're on my team and they're coming to assist me. And I am so honored and grateful. You have no idea. I would cry, but I'm a thug. I'll do that later on. I'll probably cry like in person when y'all see me. I'm like real thug tears. That means I'll squeeze your head real hard when I hug you, like military. It's like if you get me to cry, I'm gonna squeeze your head real hard while I'm hugging you. Squeeze you on your neck, just real tight. My dang Dr. C is strong. Just hug you on your neck. So, but I am so looking forward to meeting you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. I'm going to go over to Clubhouse. So if you guys would like to join me over at Clubhouse, you're welcome to join me where I can open up the floor for questions before I get off. Thank you guys so much, Danielle. I'm looking forward to meeting you, Miss Chat. Just Be Real. I'm looking forward to meeting Miss Kelly. All these ladies, Miss Tiara is going to be there. The Joneses, Mr. and Mrs. Jones are going to be there. Those are my Mr. and Mistress of Master and Mistress of ceremonies. My oldest daughter is going to be there to assist me. I get to meet my grandson for the first time. I did not get a chance to fly to Texas when he was born because of the pandemic. So I get to meet my grandson for the first time. So that was one of the main reasons why I was coming, but I was making sure that I do a conference while I'm there so that I can meet you guys since we're opening back up. So I appreciate you guys so much. So I will see you guys this week sometime if I have time. Remember, this is the week before the conference. And so I may be a little busy. That's why you haven't really seen me on YouTube a lot because I've been busy trying to prepare for the conference and get my paperwork together. So I appreciate you guys. I really, really do. Yeah, the meet and greet is on the 30th and the conference is on the 31st. So I appreciate you. And remember, there's no ticket sales at the door. So if you're coming that Saturday to try to get in, you won't be able to get in. I will have some of the ladies sitting at the front door with a name list and bags and badges. And so they will be checking your name. They'll take your temperature. They're going to be checking your name off on the list and giving you your badges and your bags when you walk in. So if you have not paid online, you will not be able to get in. And I'm sorry, but I do have to get a head count. And then, of course, if I had a bigger crowd, a lot of the crowd is online. So if I had a bigger crowd, we would move into another room. But I'll be in Atlanta next year. So I'm hoping a lot of you guys will be able to come out to Atlanta next year. I'm looking forward to that Atlanta conference. And so if you guys, once this conference is over with at the end of the month, I'm going to take a break, maybe like a month break or something like that. And then I'm going to start working on the conference for Atlanta. And so those that would like to assist me with the Atlanta conference, you let me know. And I will get with you guys to see who would like to help me with that. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a wonderful evening and good night, everybody. Okay. Good night, everybody.